Yo, Matt Chatham here for Football by Football. Obviously, it's never ideal to head into the NFL playoffs with a rookie quarterback who's only got about a half a football under his belt. That said, the Oakland Raiders may have drawn the perfect matchup in a Houston Texans team that's going to have some offensive struggles of their own. The Raiders are built to potentially extend their season by a week, but it's going to take strict adherence to a formula made obvious by their performance a week ago against the Broncos. Let's dive in. First and foremost, a shorten the game approach, and that means running the heck out of the football. The Raiders are built to do this. They've got a really nice offensive line and a cadre of backs that can get this done. And in doing so, keep Connor Cook under center. His limited snap sample illustrates why this is the best approach for him and the Raiders offense. We'll go through Connor Cook's plays here in the Denver game, sequentially, not hitting on every play, but looking at some of the stuff that the Houston Texans are obviously going to be looking at themselves. After a positive play on first down where Cook didn't have to read coverage, now the Broncos drop into a soft little zone here and very nearly have a pick six. By removing play action, it allows the Denver defense to just hone in on the inexperienced QB's eyes and shoulders. Now at a halftime, the Raiders seem to have committed to a new approach. Power football here, tossed into the bunch, pulling both guard and tackle. We'll see here from the end zone copy. This is power football at its finest. Guard and tackle pulling, as I mentioned. Most importantly, Cook under center, so there's a run-pass element there. Power football, positive play. Very next play, into the shotgun, but with back depth beyond the quarterback, so it really plays out not like a draw, but more like a direct inside run. Big play here for the Raiders, again, cashing in on their MO, what they're best suited to do. Now with Carr back under center in that same power formation, again, they've set up that play action element. Even though it's drop back, you get a little bit of pause there, an egregious push off by Crabtree, but a much better opportunity to fit it in than a pass set with straight drop back. Rather than going back to the majority of what got them there, the Raiders are going to double down. They're in the gun again, but they're going to go more drop-back pass, really pushing their luck with the young quarterback not returning to the run game. Near eye here with a fullback and Z motion to close, and what this does is sort of tangle up the inside linebackers, enough so that this wide route to the running back is an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback. Here from the end zone copy, again, Cook under center. This sort of power little muddled thing to the left side of your screen, and it just creates enough confusion to where there's not a drop back read, yet Cook's got a big completion. And now another potential run look. Cook under center, trips bunch tight to the formation, back at home, little play action, double move here at the bottom for Amari Cooper. Ends up being a touchdown. Why are these kind of plays important? It doesn't require a full field read. This isn't drop back passing. And now the examples of why both sides of the ball mattered for the offensive approach. The Raiders have fallen behind considerably. They go into this drop back shotgun passing, full field reads, and all of a sudden inaccuracy creeps in for Connor Cook. Gun, 5 wides, really 4 wide ends here and a tight end, and some back foot throwing. The slopping is starting to set in. You can see this is really not the Raiders' world as they're presently constructed. Yes, it's late in the game, but Cook back under center. They got that trip situation now, a little wider from the formation, but they're able to execute a screen here. It's the way they get yards. Some of the screen game they tried earlier from gun, not as effective. You see the game situation here. Yes, it's 2nd and 1, but with just 6:27 left and trailing by 18, the Raiders feel compelled to get in the gun and go back into this drop back passing idea. And get a double move there in the seam, middle read up the middle of the field, badly overthrown, interception. Connor Cook had some positive plays on the day, but you can see here how important it is for the Raiders to stay in sorts. Willingly getting out from under center, making themselves into a drop back team, that's a losing formula.